What is going on, guys? Sid here with another episode of Winter Spookies. And guys, I'm a little under the weather right now, but guys, I wanted to bring this video out to you guys. Guys, outside of FIFA 23, we are playing, a whole bunch of nostalgia-esque games and some of the cult classic games on this channel. So guys, if you are new here, likes, comments, subscription, notification bell, they all help keep the channel going. And I will apologize ahead of time, I am currently under the weather. But guys, right now, we are in zone number 3 of Crypt of the Necrodancer, and guys, if you are new to this game, it's a rhythm-based game. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's one of my, it's literally like one of the all-time great games ever made. And guys, if you are new to this game, right, I'm telling you right now, and you're into like anything music or rhythmically based, right? You guys are in for a treat. But guys, I absolutely love this game. So you do have to memorize, right? And you have to memorize like the patterns of different enemies, right? How they move, and it can be a little tricky at times. But guys, the easiest thing I can tell you, right? If you get extremely lucky, right? Sometimes there's a lot of times, right, because of the randomness of the weapons that you don't get lucky. But guys, whenever I play this game, I always remind people, get a long range weapon, right? Get a ranged weapon. It's going to help you it's going to give you a higher probability of just surviving and clearing the levels with much more ease, right? Okay, so right now, as you can see, I got really lucky early on, and I got the long range weapon needed, and it got me some distance in between me and my enemy. And remember, you can only move when you are in sync with the song, right? So from a rhythmic standpoint, so guys, it takes a little while, right? But I'm telling you right now, it's a cult classic game. And I hear there are rumors that there's a sequel coming out to this game, and I am so excited. Like, I swear to you guys, I am so stoked for the sequel to this game, right? This game is everything a 2D game should be, right? We're so caught up on the 3D gaming and ultra high def gaming that we kind of forget from time to time that like the fun factor in a game, while it is, that is highly subjective and highly, it's due to, a lot of personal factors, right? What a person likes, right? There are aesthetic considerations. But guys, what I'm telling you right now is that, this game, at least for me, right, the fun factor is like a 10 out of 10, right? And it's one of the best reviewed games, period, right? And this isn't a review. I'm just, every time I touch this game, I just think to myself, geez, this is such a freaking cool game. Like, we are way past the generation where 2D games are even, in contention these days, right? They have a much harder, right, time of getting the same, they have a harder time getting the same recognition, right, as their, compared to like the 3D counterparts, and more of like the high budget games, I want to say, right, or the bigger studios that throw out the game. So when you see an independent game, right, that really shines with something novel, right, it's so freaking cool. And guys, it's Winter Spookies, right? Winter Spookies is what we're titling Spooky Season Specials, obviously, right? And right here, like sometimes in this game, like in all games, right, you gotta learn to be patient, right? You can't move faster than the enemies on the screen, right? You can't move faster than, sometimes it's down to sheer dumb luck, right? Which enemies show up on the map, which weapons show up, and everything. So you may want to clear the level faster, but sometimes it's depending on what enemies show up on the screen. Like this huge Yeti, for example, right? Like right when I was going for the stairs, right, he showed up. Obviously, he's easy to kill, but if he just catches you with that one slap, you're done, right? And you're not done, but it depletes your health a lot, right? So was really trying to avoid that, and here we go, right? We're clearing zone number 3 pretty well, right? So far, at least, right? So empty heart container right there, another weapon, and there's the boss for this piece of the level, guys. So freaking cool, right? It was so dope that I got like the long range weapon early on. I got the spear, and now I have the spear with 2 weapons, right? So easy enough to clear these enemies on the screen. A couple other weapons, like right there is the perfect example, right? It's the dagger with the 5 damage, right? You may think you're getting lucky with that weapon, but no. you're not, right? Because the distance, right? You have to get super close to your enemy before you can even hit them, and you kind of don't want that. It puts you in a world of danger, right? And when it comes to like dealing with the other enemies, right? Because sometimes you get swarmed from every direction, and you don't want that, right? So guys, if you haven't touched this game, I'm telling you right now, you should at least give it a go, right? Especially if you need like a break, a good palate cleanser from other more competitive, competitive based games, right? This is definitely one of the palate cleansers that stands the test of time, right? It'll probably be as good, right, years down the road, right? So I was trying to clear this level, right, and this part of the zone, right, and unfortunately, guys, these guys just showed up like no one's business, right? But here we go, we get to death metal, right? So death metal is a high tempo boss, and this version of death metal, right, he had a whole bunch of, like, this is a zone 3 version of death metal, I guess, right? Because all the enemies that show up on the screen with him are much harder, right? Definitely a zone 3 version of this boss, right? But guys, you really have to be patient, right, in your movements, right? This is a high tempo boss, right? So when you are moving in rhythm, you've got to like just gotta you know, like, be patient, right? And he's a pretty easy boss on his own, but the way the enemies are spawning on the screen, it's a little tougher, right? So you just have to be patient, and shoot your shots carefully with him, right? And prioritize what enemy you're hitting first, right? That's all I'm gonna say there. But yeah, I'm clearing this, and I'm down to 2 hearts, as you can see, so it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky right now, right? We've got one small little bat and this little skeleton right here, right? This version of the skeleton knight is a little annoying, right? So I thought I was gonna end up in a loop cycle right here because he keeps coming to like that version of the enemy just keeps spawning. So I tried to like move a little further away on the map and then go on the offensive, right? So one more hit and we got him. Oh no. Yeah, that happened, right? So I nearly died right there, right? But all in all, it's a pretty easy boss, right? If you just take your time, right? Zone 3 and Zone 4, right? Anytime I play Crypt and Necrodancer, Zone 3 and Zone 4, just, you know, those levels are a little tricky to clear because sometimes you'll think you've cleared the level, even if you've killed the boss, right? The mini boss for the zone, right? There's, you know, depending on which mini boss you're facing, right? You'll think you've cleared the zone, but in reality, guys, really tricky, you know, like sometimes the enemies will all swarm, right? They'll all spawn all together at once, and yeah, it becomes much harder. But guys, that is Zone 3 cleared once more in Crypt of the Necrodancer. This is a palate cleanser of a video, right, for Winter Spookies. And guys, it's been Sid with another episode. Peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. Do subscribe if you are new here, and do drop some love. Show some love, guys. Cheers.